Hi Pisces, here's a general look at your solar chart for March 2011. Happy birthday. It's been a chatty time. It's been a chatty time for a while now. The sun is in your sign, going to be there until the 21st, and that means that now you should be, really it's advisable to be doing more of the kinds of things you'd like to do, things you'd like to be getting on with for yourself. Your mind tends to be sharper. You'll be able to speak articulately about things that perhaps before you're a little bit uncertain about, a little bit unsure of. So there's maybe a lot of chatting, maybe more correspondence going on, more networking, in general more self-expressive activity. And you're tending to be less emotional, more impartially observant than normal. But with all this mental engagement, you really do need to take time out to kind of drift away into your own little bubble, your own little world, whenever you're able. Or maybe you've mastered the art of kind of doing that whilst you're right in the center of a social situation. That's for you to know. Now then, from the 10th, that kind of shifts, and the mental focus will then be upon material matters, financial situation maybe, or any other thing which affects material security or physical well-being. There could be more chatting and correspondence or paperwork around that area there. Or because you want to capitalize capitalize on what you say, and so you're putting more emphasis on speaking and writing, whether that's directly, like I'm doing now, or it's because you're writing and connecting with people who can help you to fill the piggy bank. So that could be something that you have already that belongs to you, like a physical object, or it could be to do with a natural ability that you have that you can sell and get cash in return. Or it could also mean that you are discussing, getting your hands on something which could aid and abet whatever it is you're doing to earn money. And it might be something which you need to get your head around, you need to take a little while to learn about. Also, there could be something that you've created or started already that you just want to build upon there. Now, with Mars in your sign, you should feel more energized and outgoing and decisive and clearer, and want to initiate projects, get more active, more physically active actually. It's a very physical energy. Stand up, move around, do stuff, and go for, as I said earlier, anything that you're personally interested in. So it's likely to be a sociable time, good for mental exchange, new connections could be made, but also there's going to be a demand on you. There'll be a demand on your energy, and particularly mentally before the 10th, so you could be socializing in a very busy way. And also coming and going more, maybe, or maybe burning up the wires with communications and discussions of all kinds. So just avoid getting scattered with all these influences coming at you. And that could be happening around about the 9th and the 10th. Your senses will be on sort of high alert there. You could be more mentally switched on there, and something that happens then could be surprising, unexpected, and really quite inspiring. Excuse me. So Venus is in this background, quiet area of your chart up until the 27th. Venus here allows you to keep a low profile with your feelings, so you might not want to broadcast, how you're really feeling about something or someone, but also it gives you a terrific link with your intuitive guidance and feeling protected and guided yourself. But, as I say, you may want to keep your cards close to your chest about feelings in a particular relationship. Another way this can translate is that you are putting yourself out there in this background, supportive way for others. So kind of doing it behind the scenes. This is a great transit for anybody working in a supportive role, providing a service, or in fact anybody working in the arts on any kind of imaginative project, and also healing and spiritual work. So with Mars in your sign, though, you know, you want to broach subjects, you want to initiate, you want to get on with whatever you're personally interested in. But still, unbeknownst to many, you know, you're putting yourself out in this more compassionate or imaginative background area. As Saturn is continuing to remind you from time to time that you're tied in a way to somebody else's control, related maybe to property or money, and maybe this is like, you know, this arrangement was made a while back, and you're in it, and Saturn moves slowly. It's a kind of a heavy energy. It gives you the chance to build on whatever your situation is. So if you're tied into this arrangement, then you've got to gradually build here. So meet your commitments with that. But the advice would be for you to build some kind of a resource or a lifestyle which is independent of that partner's or outside agency's say or control. And then you're going to gain this independence for yourself. Because this area is also to do with breakthrough into new things. So you're going to be slowly shifting your priorities and changing old habits and attitudes, because this situation is going to squeeze you a bit and make you weigh up where your affinities lie, where your priorities lie at this stage in your life. Now Uranus, this is the big news this month. It's going to be moving out of your sign, where it's been for around 7 years, maybe at times keeping you on the edge of your seat, easing that feeling as though, you know, you're just passing through. And also when it came close to your sun in Pisces, just throwing you into the eye of the storm of change with things happening so fast. So you'll know about that, you Pisceans out there. So anyway, it's going to move on March the 12th. It's going into Aries. Still be affecting later Pisceans born right at the very end of the sign at the moment. But the emphasis coming off there and going into, you know, slowly lifting from there and going on into Aries. So in March, that will be the very beginning of that. And that is going to put the emphasis on the way your finances work. And also conditions, living conditions maybe, changes related to your space and around property also. And this is a long, slow transit, so you won't necessarily be feeling it that strongly at the moment. But if you were born at the very beginning of Pisces, then you would get just this little kind of flurry there of change, which, as I say, is going to perhaps mean that you're earning your money in a different kind of a way. Or that there's going to be changes within your space, or actually going to change your space altogether. It depends on where your rising sign is, you see. So you've got to be just open-minded there and willing to try out, you know, new methods and something which is really quite unfamiliar or unconventional or more techno than what you're used to. Could even be something alternative as well. Also, this is going to be a time for you to further your talents and any plan you may previously have had to put on the back burner of your life, something maybe that you did a long while ago, that pull that through, bring it up into the present, and then kind of upgrade it, give it a kind of a new coat of paint. Time for you to capitalize on any asset, whether that's an external one, like a piece of kit, a chunk of property, or an internal one, your God-given gifts, because anything like that could become lucrative for you. And you've got to be very sort of open-minded and flexible in this area, and that's starting from March 12th. Now, you're going to be making a good start with all of that, Pisces, because Jupiter, which is kind of co-ruler to your sign, the planet of expansion and abundance, is inviting you to capitalize upon those assets that I've been talking about. And that's giving you a real head start here. And Jupiter's energy is going to be helping in you that area up until mid-year. So maximize your chances, develop, those talents and skills. Also, Jupiter, the big planet, means you should be thinking bigger, casting your nets wider, and fiscally, you should land up in a better position by mid-year if you play your cards right. So this can be a profitable and productive few months for you. If you've got to put your hand in your pocket to enable yourself, to facilitate yourself into these areas, just by, it's just like that nail in the horseshoe, then put your hand in your pocket, spend that money, because you could find that it comes back to you 1,000-fold. So invest materially, whether it's a ticket, a course, or some sort of piece of kit, because it's you investing in your value, in your own worth, in your own deeper or better interests. So Jupiter can definitely be an ally for you to boost your earning potential over these months. Now, from the 21st, you could be more aware of your financial situation, and also wanting to get some nice things for yourself. And why not? A bit of retail therapy is always advised, no matter where the planets are. And on the 20th to the 22nd, there could be an acquisition or information which is unusual, maybe catches you, off balance, but which is inspiring and maybe could inspire you to greater things. But you might be a little bit on the edge of your seat with that one for a minute there. Watch that space. Anyway, well, that's it for March. If you know your rising sign, listen to that too. It'll throw another slant on what I said here. And I'll see you the next time.